Hi everyone, Lisa here for Whimsy Stamps. Today, Whimsy is having a mini release. Now, I'm going to be sharing the Cute Cacti Stamp set with you, but be sure to hop over to the website and check out the other new items. I'll have a link below that will take you straight to the mini release. Now, when I saw these cuties, I knew I wanted something that would be bright and happy. So here we go. Now, I want to give you a quick look at this stamp set. It's the Cute Cacti stamp set. It's clear 4x6 stamp set. It does have coordinating dies that are sold separately, and the coordinating dies cut out each of the little cacti there. Now it also has these little cute faces here that are great for stamping onto the cacti, or you can choose not to. It's completely up to you. And then it has some really fun sentiments. There's 7 sentiments there, a couple of them real quick. Be a cactus in a world of delicate flowers. You grow girl, got hugs, just a bunch of really cute things there. So we're going to go ahead and get started. I went ahead and I've stamped the images. I've ran them through my scan and cut to cut them out. And I'm going to be using Copic markers to color mine, but you could use any color medium you prefer. Now I'm coloring on Copic Express It blend cardstock for this video. I've gone through my markers. I've started pulling lots of different greens, a few pinks, purples, and oranges. I even grab a couple of like turquoise colors. So, but no worries because I'm going to have all of those colors listed below for you in the description box. Also, remember you can always hop over to my website for a full supply list. You just need to follow that link in the description box below and it'll take you directly to the blog post for this video. Now I have the images temporarily placed on a piece of white cardstock with repositionable tape, and when I'm coloring I love to work like this. It gives me plenty of space to swatch colors if I need to, and I can just quickly move the images off the paper once I'm done. So to get us started with the coloring, I just wet the paper with some G20 and then I left some areas of that white. I'm going to come in with pink in those areas just a little bit later to add some contrast. I'm going to come in with G99 to add some shading in a few areas, and then I'm going to follow that with G24 and G43. Now I'm just going to keep going back and forth with these colors until I've built the color up and I'm happy with the way that it looks. Once I'm happy with the way it looks, I'm going to go ahead, grab my colorless blender pen and V05. Now I'm doing this tip to tip technique here where I'm just taking my colorless blender pen nib and touching it to that VO5 nib and pulling that color off of there, and then I'm dabbing that down in the white areas that I left. So here's what I'm doing. I'm just pulling the color off that nib and then dabbing it just like that. You just dab it real quick on the paper. So now that I have the cacti colored, I'm going to go ahead and come in and add a little bit of E27 for some dirt. It's a tiny area there. And then I finish the pot off with VO5 for the polka dots and N0 to add a little bit of shading. Now I use the same techniques to color all the cactus. Remember, you can hop over to my website if you want to check out some color maps on this. Now I've went ahead and ran that Slimline postage die through my machine with craft cardstock, and I even cut an extra out of inexpensive white cardstock for a template for this ink blending I'm doing here. Now I'm blending my colors according to how I have the pots laid out there to the left. So I'm going to start with purples, and I'm using wilted violet at the very top and also seedless preserves. So I'm doing half of the square there with the wilted violet and the other half with the seedless preserves, and then blend those together in the center. I'm going to go ahead and hop down to the next square, and you see me moving the tape. That's just so I don't end up messing up and hitting the box above or below where I'm working. So I'm coming in with the picked raspberry and spiced marmalade. I'm going to blend these two together. Then we're going to hop down and move that purple tape again, reposition it. And then we're going to hop down to that next square and we're going to do fossilized amber. Oh no, sorry, mustard seed and also peacock feathers. Now, This mustard seed pad that I have is oversaturated. It was like that when I purchased it. So even if I barely tap my blender brush down, you see how dark that color is. So I'm going to come in now, and I know you're probably thinking blending these two together is a horrible idea, but it actually works out pretty good, because what I ended up doing was coming back in with some spiced marmalade over that to tone the harshness of that mustard seed down just a little bit. And then I go back over the peacock feathers again to brighten that back up. We're going to continue that peacock feather down into the next square, so it does help to brighten up the top of that also. Once we have the peacock feather down, we're going to go ahead and come in with Shabby shutters to finish off the ink blending. And then we're going to go ahead and do my favorite thing, the reveal. So I went ahead and I trimmed down that piece that we were ink blending on so that it would fit behind my die cut pieces. Now, when you're adhering these die cut pieces to that piece, be sure you have them running in the same direction. If you don't, it'll be a little bit off. So just make sure you're putting that in the right direction. So liquid adhesive to go ahead and stack those die cut pieces together. And then we added some ATG adhesive to the back of the whole thing and added it to the card base, trimmed the card base down just a little bit. Now we're adding some mounting foam to the back of each cactus so we can go ahead and adhere these to the card. Then we're going to go ahead and trim down our sentiments, add some mounting foam strips to the back of those and place those on the card. And then we're going to finish this off with 3 little gems. We're going to do a purple gem, we're going to do a pink one, and then a turquoise one. And I'm going to place them on the top 3 pots. Now, I've decided to go with the sentiment, "You Grow Girl." And then I also added the sentiment, "Be a cactus in a world of delicate flowers." I thought those two went really well together, so I said, you know what, I like the way that sounds. I like the way it lays on the card. I just like the way it looks. So that's what I went with. So here are those little gems that I was talking about that we're going to go ahead and add to these pots. And then I do believe that's it. We're done after that. So don't forget to hop over to the website to check out the new items in the mini release. Thanks for joining me today. I hope you'll click the subscribe button and ring the bell to be notified of new content to the channel. Please feel free to share this video with your crafty friends. Now, for more information about the products, remember, head on over to the Whimsy website, and I hope you have an amazing day.